the first Monday night of the 2024 season. Are you ready for this? Jets fans, you may want to sit down for this.
What is Monday night thinking?
You may want to sit down.
2 years in a row? They weren't burned?
It's a little hair of the dog for the New York Jets. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers will last more than 4 plays when they travel across the country to face the San Francisco 49ers, the defending NFC champions, the team that Aaron Rodgers wanted to play for, the team that he grew up rooting for. He's going back to the Bay Area with the Jets to start the season. We don't know what the rest of the Jets' schedule is yet, obviously, but we've said this each of the last 2 years. Man, they really pissed somebody off at 345 Park Avenue because it has been murderer's row out of the gates. And maybe it gets soft after week 1, but boom, it's week 1. And presumably, it'll be Sunday. Of course it'll be Sunday, so they got a short week to start the season.
Yeah, on the
we got to turn around. We got to fly back from California and get ready to presumably play a home game the following Sunday.
Right.
Short week. Thanks for nothing, National Football League.
I like
there it is.
Damn, I like
Rodgers and Purdy, the last pick in the draft in 2022, hosting Aaron Rodgers, who will be playing in his first game. It'll be, 52 weeks to the day?
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, all the hype, all the pomp and circumstance, and will he stay healthy, and will the Jets have a chance? And hopefully all those new blockers will be able to keep Nick Bosa off of Aaron Rodgers.
That's right. They're going to be put to the test right away. Aaron Rodgers' Achilles going to be put to the test right away, right? This new offensive line the Jets have, these new pieces there. You're going to have to deal with the 49ers on the road, right? I mean, all of that. It's a tough challenge. Exciting, though. It really is. I mean, it's two teams that, again, Robert Saleh going back to the San Francisco 49ers, right? Visiting them. The same mindset here with these two teams in a lot of ways, especially on the defensive side of the ball. It's a bunch of just crazy, fast reacting, awesome psychos on the field that we talk about all the time. The no hesitation, run through the wall. I'm excited for that. And then, come on. I know it's not as exciting as last year, but Rodgers, still with the New York Jets, the way their roster is still one of the biggest stories in football. And what's that going to look like, and how good can he be, and what can their team look like, and can they fix their dysfunction from last year? It's all going to be awesome to watch.
And they didn't make any major changes because the idea was we get Rodgers back and we'll be in 2024 what we were supposed to be in 2023. I don't know how that transfers. I don't know how that plays. There was an item from Connor Hughes of SNY that they were looking to hire someone who would run the show on offense above Nathaniel Hackett, but Hackett would still be the coordinator. That's just – and look, this was in a mailbag item, and if that was that big of a deal, it should have been its own story. And I don't want to get into the whole editorial process, but it's like, why are you putting that in a mailbag? That's a pretty big deal. If they were trying to find someone who would come in and run the offense in a position above Nathaniel Hackett, that's significant in a variety of ways, including you didn't ultimately find someone, and Nathaniel Hackett now knows about it. What does that do to him? Does that give him a kick in the butt? Does it help things get better? Does it make things worse? Ultimately, they decided, hey, Aaron Rodgers is the check on Hackett. He'll change plays at the line of scrimmage, but this is the guy that Rodgers wanted. This is the hand-picked offensive coordinator. Threw him the lifeline after the disaster in Denver where he was a head coach for 1 year. And I'm surprised this got out. But, the bottom line is they need Rodgers to stay healthy or they got no chance.
I don't disagree with that. I don't, especially to maximize the offense and what they are there. Now they got Tyrod Taylor, right? They got a little bit more of a respectable backup this year that's played some football and knows how to run an offense and all that. And I think that, is a positive. But damn, that's big news. I mean, that's big news. One in here, I'm going to sit here and tell you, a lot of these stories and things we talk about on this show, I got a little inkling every now and then or have a little feel. That one's news to me. I have no feel for this. So, I haven't heard from anybody or talked to anybody about this, but I kind of go right where you went a little bit to go, wow. One, Nate Hackett did not need any kick in the butt, right? Everybody up here is watching Nathaniel Hackett in the offense in the New York area. Two, the Aaron Rodgers part of it is to me what I find fascinating. Who are you going to have come in and, in the hierarchy things be above Nathaniel Hackett Is he going to run the same system, or all of a sudden we're going to have to learn a new language, and Rodgers was going to do that here in year whatever it is, 19, 18, whatever the hell we're at now, right? So that just seems peculiar to me. And, yeah, it's not the greatest timing for that to come out right now as they come out here and they're starting to gel together. Nathaniel Hackett's going to have to answer these questions. Rodgers going to have to answer these questions. And they're going to have to deal with this a little bit.
If this is accurate,
yeah.
And I have no reason to dispute it,
Right.
I just think it should have been sold differently to just enhance its inherent feel
Right.
that it is on the money. But if it is accurate, I think it means they would have loved to have fired Nathaniel Hackett and hired a new offensive coordinator, but they can't do it because he's Aaron Rodgers' guy. This is the problem. When they bent over backwards for Rodgers and did everything he wanted and gave him a seat at the table and actually let him, hey, sign this guy, sign that guy, sign that guy. That's not happening this year. See, they've pivoted away from Aaron Rodgers, the de facto GM,
Yeah.
and I think there was nothing they could do about the Nathaniel Hackett thing. That would have been a bridge too far for Rodgers.
Let's give it a year. Let's see what it looks like.
And
right?
everybody, if it doesn't work, everybody's gone.
Exactly right.
And look, I don't know who they offered this position to, but nobody jumped. Nobody thought this is the job for me.
Well,
yeah, this is where I want to be.
I get to look over the shoulder of the guy that the quarterback really likes,
and I have to deal with the quarterback who's going to not like me
right.
because of it.
Oh yeah, please sign me up for that. I mean, yeah, exactly right. I think that's a little odd. And what I would say too, a little bit, all right, with everybody is just pump the brakes on Nathaniel Hackett a little. Last year was a disaster. It wasn't all Nathaniel Hackett's fault. That's for sure. I mean, it was one of the most banged up, injured offensive lines in football, right? It's a new system. Zach Wilson wasn't ready to play in that system, if not at all. We don't even know that, let alone he had to be thrusted in there in week one and deal with that. And I think that totally changed everything, let alone, to your point, the talent on the field on the offensive side of the ball is not as good as everybody thought it was going to be last year with the Jets. Okay, yeah, it was Garrett Wilson. Other receivers didn't show up. We still need to see other receivers show up there, with the Jets this year. And hopefully that'll be Mike Williams and all that. But the Breece Hall was coming off injury. There's a long litany of things to go through they were messed up for the Jets altogether. Now, let's see if they can stay healthy and Nathaniel Hackett can maybe put the full product on the field for what his offense is.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.